Alright, let's dive into something that's been making headlines recently, a tragic incident in Moscow that's raising a lot of questions. Here's the deal, a bomb went off at an Italian restaurant in the heart of the city, killing 3 people and injuring over 20. But what makes this really interesting is the context and the details that are starting to emerge. Personally, I think this isn't just a random act of violence, it's a story that touches on security, public spaces, and the broader tensions in today's world. First off, the timing and location are striking. The explosion happened around 8 p.m. local time, right in Kudrinskaya Square, near one of Moscow's iconic Stalin-era skyscrapers. This wasn't some obscure spot, it's a place people go to enjoy themselves, have a meal, maybe attend a private event, which is exactly what was happening at the restaurant that night. What many people don't realize is that public spaces like these are soft targets, and that's what makes them so vulnerable. If you take a step back and think about it, this could have been any city, any restaurant. It's a chilling reminder of how fragile our sense of safety can be. Now, the details about the perpetrator are where things get even more intriguing. According to Russian state media, a woman tried to enter the restaurant with the explosive device but was stopped by a security guard. The device detonated, killing her, the guard, and a visitor. One thing that immediately stands out is the role of the security guard. In my opinion, this guy is a hero. He likely saved countless lives by preventing her from getting inside, even though it cost him his own. But it also raises a deeper question: how do we balance security with the openness of public spaces? Do we need more guards, more checks, or is that just the cost of living in a world where these threats exist? Another detail I find fascinating is the restaurant's response. Initial reports said the blast happened in the kitchen, but the restaurant later clarified that everything was fine inside and the issue was outside. From my perspective, this feels like damage control, trying to reassure customers and the public that the venue itself wasn't compromised. But it also highlights the chaos of these situations. Information gets muddled, rumors spread, and the truth takes time to emerge. What this really suggests is how unprepared we often are to communicate clearly during crises. Now, let's talk about the broader implications. Moscow isn't a city that's unfamiliar with acts of violence, but this incident feels different. It's not a high-profile political target or a military site, it's a restaurant. What this implies is that everyday places are now fair game, and that's a terrifying thought. Personally, I think this is part of a larger trend we're seeing globally, the blurring of lines between conflict zones and civilian spaces. Whether it's a mall, a concert, or a restaurant, nowhere feels entirely safe anymore. Finally, the response from authorities is worth noting. Heavily armed officers were quick to secure the scene, and roads were closed off. But here's the thing, reactive measures only go so far. In my opinion, the real challenge is preventing these incidents before they happen. How do we identify threats without turning every public space into a fortress? It's a delicate balance, and one that doesn't have easy answers. So, what's the takeaway here? For me, it's this: the Moscow restaurant bombing isn't just a tragic news story, it's a mirror reflecting the vulnerabilities of modern life. It forces us to ask tough questions about safety, freedom, and the spaces we share. And honestly, I don't have all the answers, but I think it's a conversation we need to keep having. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below.